Take 3. Yo, what is going on, guys? We're here talking about the NBA trade deadline and the latest NBA rumors and what we think is going to happen, which I think is very apparent. The Boston Celtics are going to make a move. It's either going to be here for Harrison Barnes, which at this point I'm starting to move away from. I do not believe Harrison Barnes is going to the Boston Celtics. I really do believe Aaron Gordon is going to be going there. I want to hear down below right now, what do you guys think? Who's going to be going to where? Let me take out my retainers. I'm drinking coffee with my retainers, so my teeth look really brown. Pop those bad boys out. Let's go. Okay, so basically the first thing is Aaron Gordon has almost been dealt multiple times. He almost was dealt to Portland for the similar package Portland sent for Robert Covington. He was almost sent to the Phoenix Suns for Kelly Oubre. And now it seems like he will be going to the Boston Celtics as the most likely player to be traded. So I want to talk about the fact that we got over here a guy I like to say is an interest player who they either want a young star or a starting level player and 1 and 2 first round picks, or I guess they want just 2 good first round picks. So people need to start to wonder, is the asking price that the Orlando Magic have for Aaron Gordon, is it too high? And I don't think it is. I think one of the things you can is, look, if you look at this right now, what we know for a fact is the teams that want Aaron Gordon are allegedly the Houston Rockets. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets, the Portland Trail Blazers. You have, obviously, the Boston Celtics, the Dallas Mavericks, allegedly. But the key teams are obviously the Minnesota Timberwolves, Nuggets, Trailblazers, and Celtics that it seems like everyone is talking about. And the talks on a Gordon deal to Houston for 2 first-round picks is allegedly is being told to the Athletic currently. And Orlando has held very firm to their value on the 25-year-old, so they have to move him now because his contract, he's going into his final year next year, and you really don't want to keep him after this season if you do plan on moving, because this is the highest his value will be, because after this everyone will be like, oh, he's an expiring contract, so don't worry about him. And Evan Fournier could be moved. I think Evan Fournier is more of a 1 first round pick and maybe a couple second rounders, or a player to match the contract and a late first round pick or multiple second round picks. You might not even need to throw first round pick if the player's almost the same caliber, it's better. And I mean, if he's better, you obviously don't have to throw anything. They have to throw you something. But the next guy we should talk about, because Vooch isn't going to move, and we can talk about Aaron Gordon all day. And I think you guys might be interested in that. Let me take a little sip of the coffee. I think the thing is Aaron Gordon's awesome. He's a guy who's a versatile defender. He's shooting 41% from 3 on 4.5 attempts per game. And he's awesome. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think that's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about Kyle Lowry. Supposedly may be going to the Philadelphia 76ers. So there has been talks that Kyle Lowry and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat as well are all really trying to go aggressively for Lowry. And I want to say that it seems like Masai Ujiri, someone tell me how you guys say the executive for Toronto's name. I'm terrible at names. But he is, you could say, he's not on the hot seat, but he needs to make a move. And I think it's time to move on the guy who's been in here for the last 9 years. And I think this is the time that you're going to get the most bang for your buck. I would like him to go to Miami. Miami, I think, could give you the most back without hurting their own team and benefiting the Toronto Raptors, while the Sixers, I don't think they could give the most back without hurting themselves and without, I think the better deals for the Miami Heat, because you could get maybe Kendrick Nunn and maybe a few other young guys. I think Kendrick Nunn would probably be in there. I don't know. You probably could just get one guy and maybe some picks. It'd be really interesting. But now if we move into the Atlanta Hawks have expressed interest in Marcus Smart, sources told The Athletic. And since the 6 games he's played, since he's returned from the calf strain, he's kind of like lost in the lineup since he sat out. And he would work out well for them because honestly, Marcus Smart would be that guy they've been needing. Spencer Dinwiddie. Ooh. Spencer Dinwiddie's been all over the place. What is this? Let me take a sip of the coffee before we get into this little tandem. What is it with all these teams wanting to trade for an injured player? Pistons, Heat, Raptors. It'd be funny if he goes back to the Pistons. Hey, we traded you, but let's bring you back in, especially when you're injured. So the reason why these teams are shown interest in trading for him, I do know why. It's because if you trade for him, you're not trading for him to play this year. Obviously not. You're trading for his bird rights. So you can offer him up to a deal of 5 years and go over the cap for him. Which the Pistons need point guard help, the Heat need point guard help, and the Raptors need point guard help. I could see a world that a 3-way trade could happen. That if he does not go to the Heat, maybe the Heat, Raptors, Sixers, Nets. I don't even know. I have no idea. That'd be a 4-way deal. I could see Kyle Lowry being wrapped up in a Spencer Dinwiddie trade. If the Pistons, Heat, and Raptors have shown interest in Dinwiddie, we could see maybe the Raptors send Kyle Lowry to the Nets. Nets send somebody to the Raptors, and the Heat get Spencer Dinwiddie. Okay, Nets send Spencer Dinwiddie to the Heat. Raptors send Lowry to the Nets, and the Raptor gets... We're done with that Spencer Dinwiddie bullshit shenanigan. The Dallas Mavericks have explored discussions with the Cavaliers on a deal for Andre Drummond, sources says. However, it's more likely that Dallas pursues Drummond should he receive a contract buyout with the Cavaliers post-trade deadline. The Lakers and Nets are also believed to be at top of interested teams for Drummond. Hey, I'm on the Nets or Lakers. Don't trade for him. Buy him out. Just get him. I think he'll probably go to the Lakers and Nets over Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks aren't going to trade for him. Also, Andre Drummond, go win your ring with either the Lakers, Nets, or an actual contending team, and then sign with the Dallas Mavericks for like $10 million a year next year because they'll actually pay you. And maybe run back. He's not Tyson Chandler. I mean, he's probably a better rebounder or just as good as a rebounder as Tyson Chandler, but nowhere near as good as a defender as Tyson Chandler. Granted, would Tyson Chandler still be a good defender in today's NBA? Would people still be like, yeah, Tyson Chandler, great NBA defender? I don't know. I feel like that's an honest question. Then, the Warriors have shown interest in Hawks guard Bogdanovic. He's been injured. He's been fine, but if I'm the Warriors, don't get him. He's like 30, 31. No. Not worth it. Not worth it. What do you guys think? He's going to put you over the hump? No. Don't waste your money there. Because I know you guys are going to flip him again next year. But yeah, that's... The Houston Rockets... Asking price for Victor Oladipo and individual deals believed to be a quality first-round pick or a good player. Although teams around the league wonder, wow, people are really trying to see if Houston would be willing to get a second-round pick compensation. And Miami, New York, Detroit have been among the teams shown interest. So basically, they want a first-round pick, like a decent first-round pick or a good young player. But it seems like teams are like, yeah, fuck you. We're going to offer you a second-round pick. Or he's just leaving in free agency. So you want the second-round pick or nothing, bud? And it seems like a lot of teams are doing that. We're like, hey, we'll give you 2 second-round picks. We're not giving you a player first-round pick. We'll just wait till, time. If you guys just heard that little ring, that was like my computer. That's embarrassing. I hate when you get like mail in class and you're just like, no. But yeah, so next up on this, we got the Los Angeles Lakers. So with his main guy being hurt. Okay, so basically, LeBron being hurt, we're going to see a lot of Taylor Horton-Tucker. He's had an increased production, and this season, in 8 games, he's had 12.3 points, 3.6 assists, and 3.4 rebounds in 8 games in March. So teams are looking at Horton-Tucker and believing that he's probably going to command a significant market this coming offseason after signing a 2-year rookie contract in 2019, being a second-round pick. Hopefully, the Lakers can retain him. The Pelicans have received a lot of interest for Lonzo Ball. The Hawks, the Bulls, though, Ball has a price point and it doesn't seem like anyone wants to meet him. Suppose Evan Fournier could. What if Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier? So that's $35 million. You have a trade exception for $28 million, and you throw in there somebody of $7 million. Maybe like you could definitely get this done. You throw Tice or someone. I just hit my teeth. That really hurt. That really hurt. I have a big fear of breaking my teeth. A lot of teams want Richaun Holmes. Richaun Holmes. And he's just a high productive. Toronto, Charlotte, all want that guy. I just spilled coffee on myself. That's the video, guys. I'm done. That's over.